Hey everybody, AVP Wargamer here with another video. Tonight I'm going to review Alien Covenant. I just saw it today. It took me a while to decompress from this movie to really gather my thoughts, and I'm going to give it to you. But if you have not seen this movie, you do not want it spoiled, turn back now or forever have it completely ruined for you. Trust me, this review will reveal all. It will be a terrible experience if you see this video before you watch the movie. So please go see Alien Covenant. I do recommend seeing it. I think you'll have a good time, especially if you're an Aliens fan. If you're not an Aliens fan, you're probably not going to have a good time. You're not going to understand it. You're not going to get it because you don't understand aliens. So that being said, we're going to get into it. You have been warned. So yes, people who don't know anything about aliens and who have only seen Prometheus or haven't seen Prometheus aren't going to have a good time. They're going to say it was super predictable, the violence was over the top and stupid, and if, and I understand them. I do get it. I do get it. If you have no knowledge about aliens or predator stuff and you go into this movie blind to any of that, then you're not going to have a good time. You're not going to get it. You might enjoy some of it, but it's just not going to be for you. And that is a shame. I feel like that we need to reintroduce people to the alien and get them excited for it again. And I feel like this movie was a huge waste of opportunities that could have done that. There was so much potential for this film, and I feel like they took it in a direction that was weird. And I feel like a lot of it should have been used in Prometheus instead. And I'm going to explain all that in a bit. All right. First of all, the viral marketing. If you know and you're a big fan, you've seen a lot of viral marketing. I feel like it's essential to understanding this film, especially the scene with Elizabeth Shaw fixing David. I feel like that should have been left in the film. You saw parts of it in the film, but you didn't actually get to see Shaw do anything in the film but be dead. So, spoiler alert, she's dead. And there wasn't really any point to her death. It didn't go anywhere. Why didn't it go anywhere? Gotta save that for later. All right. But the viral marketing, again, James Franco really isn't in the film, but he's in the Last Supper thing for a second. I don't understand what James Franco is doing there if they're just gonna kill him off at the very beginning of the film. He's a big actor. Maybe they only had enough to pay him for half a day of shooting. I don't know. But I feel like that was weird, having such a big, high profile actor not have any role in the movie. But again, the viral marketing is essential to understand that these people are couples. These people do have relationships. And I feel like if you see the movie without that stuff, then I don't think the couples thing really detracts from it. I don't think that's the real focus, but it definitely helps you understand what emotionally the it's doing to these people. And I feel like the deaths have much more meaning knowing that they're romantically involved with each other, and that they are couples. That just takes the movie to a whole nother level that they haven't done in alien movies before, having the couples being torn apart by the violence. So I think that was really cool. So yes, thumbs up for that. Now, another thing about this movie is there's a lot of religious undertones. I feel like if you know anything about symbolism and the whole transhumanism kind of stuff, it's kind of disturbing seeing Hollywood kind of cram that stuff down our throat with this film. Um, Part of it's cool because it's creepy. The whole black and white kind of symbolism, if you know what I mean, plays out really big with Walter and with David, and with the whole opening of the film. It's very this like who's my creator kind of thing, and they really set that up really high. David even names himself after the statue of David, and that was really cool. Again, all the android stuff in this film, big thumbs up. It's awesome. It's incredible. It's really intriguing. Seeing the androids kind of talking with each other, it's really creepy and really neat seeing that, and that was a awesome part of this movie. Cinematography, boom, big thumbs up to cinematography. It was really good, visually beautiful. This planet was gorgeous. All shot in New Zealand, of obviously the most prettiest place to shoot. And there was some jokes between me and my wife when you see David for the first time. You're like, oh look, he's a hobbit running around barefoot with his elven cape on. It was so hobbity. Oh my god, it was the hobbitness. But anyways, I digress. The acting, boom, fantastic acting. Everybody did a great job. I felt like emotionally everybody was on point. I think that was awesome. Storyline, no, the storyline wasn't that good. It was super predictable, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It delivered to you kind of what you were expecting, but they kind of serve it to you on the platter, saying, "Here's what you want, and you're gonna eat it." And it's like, do I really want what you're giving to me? I don't know. Uh, that's what I gotta say about that. The violence was fantastic. I love the violence. I thought it wasn't gratuitous at all. Some people said it was. I don't think so. It's an alien film. There needs to be blood and guts, and it was good. And I felt like they really actually held back a lot of that violence, and they always put something between you and the camera to see the violence. So it was always kind of partially obscured, even when people are getting mauled to death. There's kind of a wall in the way or something in the way to kind of add that bit of claustrophobia. So that was awesome. The shower scene was fantastic. Again, great violence and great acting. The alien planet, huge missed opportunity. The planet itself, though visually beautiful, we saw none of the engineers do anything except for getting killed. They just murdered all these engineers with, the black goo that does everything, I guess. It was a missed opportunity. We wanted to see the engineers. We want to see where these things came from. We want to see what the hell is this neomorph coming from this black goo that flies in your ear? Like, what is that? You're not explaining any of that. Please, we wanted more of that. That was the point. They could have had the whole neomorph thing and all the alien stuff that was in this movie should have been back in Prometheus. That would have been good. Alien Engineers would have been a better movie than Prometheus, because Alien Engineers, the original script, had those aliens and neomorphs doing all that stuff, which would have been a great setup for an escalated, better film. However, because Fox said don't put aliens in an alien film, they had to save that for this film. And now Fox was like, oh, I guess fans do want aliens in an alien film. Our marketing research shows that we need to now have aliens in the film. So now Ridley Scott had to do a whole nother setup movie to put aliens back in the franchise. What are you executives thinking? Listen to the fans. They know what they want. They'll give you money. Just do what they want. And Ridley Scott, stop bowing down to your production managers. I don't know. Just make a good film. I'm not saying Alien Covenant was a bad film. It wasn't a bad film. It was just not where it should have been. So again, Alien Engineers missed opportunity. CGI, yay! Bad CGI everywhere. This movie was littered with bad CGI. However, the black alien, thumbs up. The color of that alien's carapace gave it enough camouflage against the bad CGI to make it really cool. So that when it stood up, every time an alien stood up, like everybody in the theater got chills. It was creepy. It was awesome. Seeing the aliens just stand up like a human and like become suddenly really humanoid was really creepy, and I thought that was a fantastic choice. The android fight was so awesome. Another big thumbs up. Walter fighting David. It was so cool. It was so good. Give me that. That was awesome. That should have been the finale of the film, unfortunately, because that was the best part. Sorry, guys. The android fighting was the best. Because the ending, same old, same old. Throw the aliens out the airlock. Stop it. You can do better than that. Stop throwing aliens out airlocks. Like, they've done that in what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 films now? Yeah, 4 films. They've been throwing aliens out airlocks out of whatever. Okay. Let's see. What else did I want to say? The true ending of the film was fantastic, with Andrews finally realizing it was David, which the audience, they knew it was David the whole time. They got the bait and switch. They knew it was him. And when Daniels figures out that it's David, not Walter, and is freaking out before he's like, shh, good night. That was so cool. That was so cool. And then when he barfs up some little face huggers in little glass jars and sticks them in with the human embryos before he walks happily into the area where all the colonists are being stored. That got chills down my spine. That's gonna be awesome. seeing that happen. If they do what they should with the colony when they wake up to horror 7 years later, that's going to be a good movie. I hope. So please deliver a good movie next. Prometheus was okay. Alien Covenant was okay. They're good bases for this movie that we've been asking for. It'll be great someday. Fingers crossed. Let's see. So yeah, good setup for the franchise. Now all the plot holes were the fact that we've left behind 2 planets now that have alien stuff on them, and the company they're not going to go back to those planets. They're not going to discover what's going on. Like why can't something happen on these planets? Well, good news is Dark Horse Comics did do stuff with the other planet where they found the black goo. There's a bunch of stuff happening there with aliens and predators and engineers, and it's mayhem and it's awesome. Check out those comic books, Aliens and Predator and Prometheus, Fire and Stone, those series, and Life and Death, those series all take place on LV-426 and that little planet over there. It's really cool. Parts of it are confusing, but it's still really cool. So yeah, well, whatever happened to engineers, well, you're gonna have to go read those comic books to have some good engineer stuff happening. And then the Neomorphs. What did I think about the Neomorphs? Well, I felt like some CGI earwax was not the way to go with putting aliens in your body. It was creepy. It was cringe. It got you all cringing, and like a lot of people had to look away because it was so gross. But it didn't really fit in the lore of the aliens. I felt like inventing that didn't really help with anything. In fact, it made the face huggers less effective thinking that you could just step on a little spore cloud and start birthing neomorphs. I think that's way scarier in practice than a face hugger is. The face huggers look better design naturally, but in practice, if you could just put a bunch of spores on a planet and then everybody starts birthing out creatures, that's probably a better method if you want to wipe out a race of creatures. Just saying, but it's also kind of dumb. So that's how I felt about all of that. But otherwise, the neomorphs were pretty cool. They were creepy, despite some of the bad CGI. Oh, and another thing, I have to say something about that chest burster scene. The chest burster coming out, and then like doing the cross and being a soul Jesus moment was so stupid. I couldn't even. I didn't really get it. I did like, however, how it showed the alien go from chest burster to growing arms. They just could have slowed it down. In fact, the entire movie was so rushed. It felt like they could have made this awesome movie about the spacecraft taking people to this destination, and it would have been really good. And I totally agreed with the whole beginning of the film, how instead of going to this destination 7 years down the road, they could go 3 weeks down the road and then maybe start a colony on this planet. Why not? And then there's a signal. There's a human over there. We should check it out. Those choices I didn't have a problem with. I felt like if I was in that situation, I would make that choice, go to the other planet, but I would have spent a couple weeks checking that planet out before I went down there. And hell yeah, I'd go down there and get my people killed anyways, because that's what explorers do. They explore things and bad things happen. But they didn't have to do it at such a breakneck pace. It was so fast. It's like, oh, we gotta finish this storyline within a 12 Earth hours, and then condense it down to a 2-hour movie. They didn't have to do that. They could have stretched it out. They could have said, day 1 we did this, day 2 we did this, or 3 weeks later we finally found this. Like, they could have turned it into this journey that would have been so cool. But instead it's like, oh, everybody's getting killed. Oh, let's just get to the alien already. Pacing. It felt too rushed. We wanted to find out more about these characters. They were good characters. There was good acting. There was good plotline building, but it didn't build up to something except for like that little awesome ending that could have been a better film. So, final review, Alien Covenant. I do give it a thumbs up. Go see it. If you like aliens, you will enjoy a lot of it. Will you be super happy with it? Probably not. But again, this is the second movie to get you ready for hopefully a better film. So again, my fingers are crossed. I have faith that something good will come of this. Just right now, I'm really sad that it's going to get a lot of bad reviews because it was kind of a letdown in a lot of ways. It didn't escalate to something like the other two films did, the original two films. So again, if hopefully you've seen the film. I don't know how you feel. I liked a lot of it. I really did. I just feel like it could have been way better. So, and that being said, let me say this really quick: is with Alien 3, a lot of people say it was worse than Alien 3. I feel like they're kind of in the same category. Alien 3 had really great cinematography and had a really cool concept, but it didn't build up to anything. I feel like Covenant, again, it I felt like it was building to something, but it kind of suffered from a lot of the science fiction TV show tropes that we're all getting used to, and they could have done more with it. So Fox, if you're listening, please just I'm hoping Alien Awakening is going to be the Aliens film that all the fans have been dreaming about. Please give us back the escalation in your storytelling. We want good storytelling. You don't have to hold our hands through every single scene like you did with Aliens vs Predator. We can see what's happening on the screen. Let us fill in the gaps. Just tell us the story in the world that it's set in. Don't hold our hands through it. We're smart. We promise. We do even unconsciously get good storytelling. So just make a good film. Don't hold back, and just yeah, yeah, do more practical effects too, please. So that's my review. Alien Covenant. Go see it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. But if you're a big fan, you probably will.